Dill, what is the main reason greenhouses are currently underproducing?
Well, one of the key ingredients for growing food in greenhouses is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is typically pumped into the air of greenhouses. However, it gets really hot in greenhouses, so they have to vent. And they do so by opening the windows. When they open the windows, out goes the warm air, but also out goes the CO2 that's been pumped into that air. Therefore, 99% of greenhouses worldwide are CO2 deficient. But that's about to change, thanks to Cstainable's Aqueous CO2 enrichment technology. Our technology consists of three major parts. Part one is creating the aqueous CO2 solution. We take CO2 gas and infuse that gas into water with our CO2 infusion system and proprietary CO2 infusers. We completely saturate the solution at ambient temperature and ambient pressure to create an aqueous CO2 solution. That aqueous CO2 solution is then misted onto the leaves of plants to create a microfilm rich in CO2 gas. The CO2 gas in that microfilm diffuses into the leaf where there is a lower CO2 concentration. That CO2 that diffuses into the leaf is then utilized by the leaf for photosynthesis, where CO2 plus water is broken down and combined into sugars with the help of light. Those sugars are then used by the plant for energy to enhance growth. This process is known as photosynthesis. The entire system, from CO2 infusion to the application of the film onto the plant through aqueous CO2 misting, is conducted by a dynamic monitoring and control system, which is completely automated and driven by algorithms, which will soon be driven by AI-powered algorithms, which will be continuously learning and improving, ensuring that the next CO2 dose that your plants receive is based on the latest science up to the minute. This is how our aqueous CO2 enrichment system works, and this is how we're able to provide your plants with CO2 despite venting in any greenhouse, in any environment in the world, helping to increase production, reduce CO2 emissions, and making the world a more abundant place.
By solving this problem, greenhouses can sustainably produce 30% more produce. That's enough food to feed an extra 100 million people annually. It also has a CO2 reduction impact equal to taking 2 million cars off the road. Not to mention the land savings from not needing to build more greenhouses. The land savings are equal to the size of London, England.